Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about needing validation. So this goes for everybody because I know a lot of people need validation for any and everything in life. I see a lot on social media though that girls that like you're already pretty. You don't need validation to know that you're pretty. And I see a lot of the times like the posts like it's saying like, I know I'm cute and da 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 da, but to me that's almost like you need validation to prove that you are pretty. So like who cares like what you look like? It's about your personality. You don't need validation. And also needing validation goes with family too. You don't need everybody to approve of what you do. Like I know I know it's hard to not like get an okay from your family, but you don't need an okay from everybody because not everybody's going to be happy with what you do in life. And if you're happy, then that is all that matters. It kind of goes back to self-love. Like you don't need everybody to tell you what you need to do and what you don't need to do. Like for me, a lot of times I do call my mom and I ask my mom for stuff, but then she tells me what I don't want to hear, so then like I don't listen to it anyways. So at the end of the day, like if it's something that you know you are for sure like okay with, then you don't need anybody to tell you yes or no, because in your heart you're saying yes, but then you go ask somebody else and they're going to tell you no, and then you don't do something because like for me, I stayed at a job I absolutely hated because my family was like, well, you need to work, you need to do this, you need to do that, but the whole time I'm miserable, I'm crying, like depression's at a 10, like it's horrible, but I stay because everybody's like, well, you can't just leave a job, da, da, da. It's all about loyalty with a lot of older family members for me. And honestly, like that was validation for me. Like y'all want me to stay, okay, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay, until finally I got to my breaking point and I called my husband and I was like, this was before we even got married, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I'm crying every single day before I go to work, like I'm unhappy. And he was like, leave. He's like, if you're that unhappy, leave. So put about 2 weeks notice in and I left. Everybody was so upset, but literally 2 or 3 days after I quit that job, like the life came back into me. I had color into my eyes, you know, everything was like much better. So you don't need everybody's validation for everything that you do, because in the day your happiness matters more. And I understand like being loyal to a job or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, like if your employer doesn't care about you and your well-being, then why force yourself to be there? And like, yes, your family is going to say stay, 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 you need a job, you need a job. Okay, you might need a job, but you don't need that job. And everybody doesn't know what goes on behind closed doors. Same thing with relationships. People will tell you at the, like really quick, if you and your spouse or your significant other are fighting, and miserable people will tell you to just leave. They don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Like y'all might be fighting today and y'all be happy tomorrow, or y'all were good yesterday and y'all are fighting today. Like y'all, no relationship is perfect. You don't need everybody's advice to be like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and go. Like no, you can't just up and leave just because everybody else is saying leave, because they don't know what's really going on in that relationship. And sometimes you vent to people and to get their like advice, and then it turns into like validation. Like you get what I'm saying? Hand in hand, advice and validation goes hand in hand. And sometimes people do give good advice, and then it does validate your point. Like, okay, I'm going to go and do so and so and so because they told me to, and then it works out for you, but it might not work out for other people. And like I said at the very beginning, like posting everything, like you need validation to do stuff, or I don't even know, like some people, y'all just post just to post. And like for instance, I see this girl, she posts all the time about wanting a family and being married and so and so and so, and then all of her posts after that are always like half naked, like very degrading to herself. It's almost like she has no self-respect. And then when a guy tells her like, you'll never get somebody dressed like this and da da da, she gets upset. And it's like, well, not saying that he's right, not saying that she's right, but at the end of the day, you have to respect yourself for somebody else to respect you. So with that being said, like if you respect your own decision, then you shouldn't need someone else's opinion to validate how you feel. You don't need validations for yourself. Like, now I get it, if you're not 100% confident in what you're saying or what you're doing, then okay, cool, ask somebody else. But you can ask 17 different people, and every single one of them has something else, to tell you, and a different opinion or whatever. So at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself, your happiness, and how you feel about things, and you have to feed off of that. And also, you have to, like, don't go looking for something. Like, if you need help validating your own opinion or however you feel, your belief or whatever, then maybe you should just sit down and think about the pros and the cons of the situation, and then that could be your validation. Don't go looking for validation in other people, because like I said, everybody has an opinion, and you might not agree with their opinion, and after you've asked them this one question, now y'all aren't friends anymore, or you don't want to talk to them. And with that being said, guys, you do not need validation, okay? Go off of what feels best for you. That's it, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.